What's in fashion? Technology.
I think what's happened is that sensors and computing power and connectivity has gotten to a point where it's cheap enough and small enough that you can put it into lots of different things.
What if I told you that the most powerful transformations happening right now are completely invisible to the naked eye? While everyone obsesses over the latest smartphones and electric cars, a silent revolution is unfolding at a scale so tiny that millions of these innovations could fit on the head of a pin. We're talking about technologies that manipulate individual atoms, print entire houses in hours, and create materials that shouldn't exist according to everything we thought we knew about physics. The future isn't just coming, it's being assembled molecule by molecule, and what's emerging will make today's cutting-edge technology look as primitive as stone tools. Buckle up, because we're about to explore 10 breakthroughs that are rewriting the rules of what's physically possible. 10. Nanotechnology, engineering at the atomic frontier. Let's start at the smallest scale imaginable, the world of nanotechnology, where scientists manipulate matter at the molecular and atomic levels. We're not talking about making things smaller. We're talking about fundamentally redesigning how materials behave by rearranging their atomic structure. At the nanoscale, materials exhibit completely different properties than their bulk counterparts. Gold becomes red. Copper turns transparent. Insulating materials become conductive. This isn't magic. It's quantum physics manifesting in ways we're only beginning to harness. Nanotechnology is revolutionizing drug delivery systems by creating microscopic carriers that navigate directly to disease cells, sparing healthy tissue. It's transforming electronics through quantum dots and carbon nanotubes that conduct electricity better than anything previously possible. Engineers are creating materials that are simultaneously stronger, lighter, and more durable than anything nature ever produced. Nanoscale sensors detect chemical threats at concentrations of parts per billion. The applications span from medicine to energy to materials science, and we've barely scratched the surface. The microscopic world holds keys to solving macroscopic problems: cancer, climate change, energy scarcity, and nanotechnology is teaching us how to turn those keys. 9. Boston Dynamics Electric Atlas, the humanoid that moves like us. Boston Dynamics just dropped something that should terrify and excite everyone simultaneously: a fully electric humanoid robot that moves with unsettling human-like fluidity. The Electric Atlas isn't your typical clunky robot shuffling awkwardly through programmed motions. This machine is dynamic and agile, using advanced control systems and state-of-the-art hardware that makes its movements eerily natural. It employs depth sensors for real-time environmental perception and model predictive control to adjust its motion instantaneously, essentially predicting what it needs to do milliseconds before doing it. Powered by a custom battery and compact hydraulic system, it performs mobility feats that would have seemed impossible just years ago. The construction is ingenious: lightweight titanium and aluminum components, many 3D printed, creating a robot that's simultaneously stronger and more flexible than any predecessor. But here's what makes Atlas genuinely revolutionary. It's designed not for factories or warehouses, but for integration into everyday human environments. The stated goal? Expanding human potential. The journey begins with Hyundai, which is building next-generation automotive manufacturing capabilities around Atlas's abilities. This isn't about replacing workers, it's about creating hybrid human-robot teams that can accomplish what neither could alone. The line between tool and collaborator is blurring, and Atlas is leading that charge. 8. DJI Avatar 2, Aerial Intelligence Redefined. DJI's Avatar 2 represents the pinnacle of unmanned aerial vehicle evolution, pushing drones far beyond their original capabilities. This isn't just a flying camera, it's an intelligent aerial platform equipped with state-of-the-art AI that redefines autonomy, performance, and versatility. The Avatar 2 handles aerial photography and videography with unprecedented sophistication, but its applications extend far beyond entertainment. Search and rescue operations benefit from its intelligent obstacle avoidance and unparalleled stability, navigating environments too dangerous for human responders. Surveillance applications leverage its agile maneuvers and extended flight times. What sets the Avatar 2 apart is how its AI processes environmental data in real time, making split-second navigation decisions that would overwhelm human pilots. Whether you're a professional filmmaker capturing impossible shots, a first responder locating disaster survivors, or an adventurer documenting extreme expeditions, the Avatar 2 empowers possibilities that simply didn't exist before. This is the future of aerial innovation, not just flying, but intelligent flight that adapts, learns, and performs beyond human capabilities. 7. Nanoscribe. 3D printing at impossible resolutions. Nanoscribe is doing something that sounds physically impossible: 3D printing structures with features as small as 100 nanometers. To put that in perspective, a human hair is about 75,000 nanometers wide. We're talking about creating three-dimensional objects with details finer than most microscopes can resolve. The technology powering this miracle is two-photon polymerization, a process where ultra-fast laser pulses solidify liquid resin with pinpoint precision at the nanoscale. This isn't just impressive, it's revolutionary for fields spanning biomedicine to photonics. Imagine printing microstructures that guide light in ways impossible with traditional optics. Picture creating custom scaffolds for tissue engineering that mimic natural biological structures at cellular levels. Nanoscribe systems are enabling innovations in micro-optics, micromechanics, and photonics technologies that seemed like science fiction a decade ago. With over 4,000 active users across more than 30 countries, this technology is driving industrial innovations that will underpin the next generation of medical devices, optical systems, and micro-robotics. The company invests over 25% of annual revenues into research, continuously pushing the boundaries of what's manufacturable. When you can build structures at the scale of viruses, entire new technological possibilities emerge. 6. Microsoft Silica Glass, Immortal Data Storage. Microsoft's Project Silica is solving a problem most people don't realize exists. How do you store data for tens of thousands of years? Traditional storage media, hard drives, SSDs, even archival tapes, degrade within decades at best. But quartz glass? That's practically indestructible on human timescales. Project Silica uses ultra-fast lasers to write data into glass platters by creating microscopic three-dimensional structures inside the material. Reading data uses ordinary light that passes through without damaging anything. Physical overwriting is literally impossible. A single DVD-sized glass platter holds 7 terabytes of data with raw capacity that eliminates the need for periodic copying to fresh media. This is sustainable, secure storage that could preserve humanity's accumulated knowledge through civilizational collapse, climate catastrophe, or any other disaster that would destroy conventional data centers. The implications are profound. Libraries could preserve cultural heritage indefinitely, scientific data could remain accessible for future generations, and corporations could archive records without constant maintenance. Silica glass represents a fundamental shift from treating data storage as a continuous maintenance challenge to creating permanent records that outlast the civilizations that created them. 5. Satellite 5G network, internet everywhere. Satellite-based 5G is about to make connectivity gaps obsolete. Through constellations of cutting-edge nanosatellites, companies are deploying ultra-low latency, high-capacity internet access to literally every square meter of Earth's surface. This isn't incremental improvement. It's a fundamental transformation of who can access digital services. Remote villages, ocean vessels, disaster zones, polar research stations, anywhere under open sky becomes as connected as downtown Manhattan. The technology delivers high-speed internet by beaming signals directly from orbital satellites to users below, bypassing the need for ground infrastructure that costs billions to build and maintain. Applications extend far beyond browsing. IoT devices in agricultural fields can monitor crop health in real time. Emergency responders in disaster zones maintain communications when ground networks fail, and autonomous vehicles in remote areas maintain constant connectivity. This is democratization of digital access on a scale never before possible, unlocking opportunities for innovation and progress in regions that were digitally isolated for decades. 4. Microsoft HoloLens. 2. Merging physical and digital worlds. HoloLens 2 represents Microsoft's bold vision of mixed reality, where holograms become integral parts of everyday experience. This isn't virtual reality that isolates you from surroundings. It's augmented reality that enhances the physical world with digital information seamlessly integrated into your field of view. The groundbreaking design and advanced capabilities redefine how we interact with information and collaborate with others. Imagine industrial technicians seeing repair instructions overlaid directly on equipment, surgeons viewing patient vitals and imaging data floating beside the operating table, or architects walking through full-scale holographic building designs before construction begins. HoloLens 2 empowers users to visualize, create, and interact with digital content in entirely new ways. From immersive gaming to cutting-edge industrial applications, the device transforms abstract data into spatial information our brains process naturally. This is the future of computing, not screens we stare at, but information that exists in three-dimensional space around us, accessible through natural gestures and voice commands. The boundaries between imagination and reality aren't just blurring, they're disappearing entirely. 3. Xiaomi CyberDog 2 Bio-Inspired Robotics Evolves. Xiaomi's second-generation CyberDog represents stunning advances in bio-inspired robotics, creating a quadruped robot that moves with animal-like grace and intelligence. Weighing just 8.9 kilograms and standing 36.7 centimeters tall, this AI-powered robot serves as both a research platform and potentially a robotic companion. But here's what makes CyberDog 2 genuinely remarkable: its learning capabilities. Thanks to Xiaomi's AI reinforcement learning platform, the robot continuously learns new skills. Each movement is simulated and refined by over 30,000 virtual AI dogs training in parallel, making CyberDog 2's movements natural and lifelike in ways previous robots couldn't achieve. It can walk, dance, and even change color using special body scanning technology. This isn't just about creating entertaining robotic pets. It's about developing platforms for testing AI learning algorithms, exploring human-robot interaction, and potentially creating assistive robots that adapt to individual users' needs. The convergence of bio-inspired mechanical design with advanced AI learning creates robots that don't just follow programming, but genuinely adapt to their environment and tasks. 2. 6G Vision for 2030. Beyond connectivity. The 6G Vision for 2030 imagines connectivity reaching speeds and reliability that enable entirely new categories of technology and experience. We're talking about communication networks where latency is measured in microseconds, where bandwidth constraints essentially vanish, and where billions of devices coordinate seamlessly. Picture smart cities optimizing energy usage and traffic flow in true real time, where every vehicle, traffic light, and building communicates instantaneously. Imagine remote surgery where surgeons operate on patients thousands of miles away with haptic feedback so precise it feels like touching tissue directly. Envision immersive virtual worlds indistinguishable from physical reality, where digital and physical realms integrate seamlessly. With 6G, autonomous drone swarms coordinate complex tasks, AI-powered factories self-optimize production continuously, and entertainment becomes hyper-personalized based on real-time biometric feedback. This isn't just faster internet, it's infrastructure enabling innovations we can barely conceptualize today. The shift from 5G to 6G will be as transformative as the leap from dial-up to broadband, unlocking applications limited only by imagination. 1. 3D house printers. Construction revolutionized. 3D house printers are fundamentally disrupting one of humanity's oldest industries, construction. These machines construct residential buildings layer by layer based on digital blueprints, offering dramatically faster, cheaper, and more sustainable alternatives to traditional methods. Using advanced additive manufacturing techniques similar to desktop 3D printers but scaled up massively, these systems extrude concrete or specialized materials to build walls, structural elements, and even decorative features with precision impossible for human workers. The implications are staggering. Homes that take months to build conventionally can be printed in days. Construction waste drops dramatically since material is deposited only where needed. Labor costs plummet, potentially making home ownership accessible to populations priced out of conventional housing markets. Leading companies like ICON have already printed entire neighborhoods, proving the technology works at scale. Applications extend beyond housing. 3D printers are constructing bridges, creating outdoor structures, and building emergency shelters in disaster zones. This technology represents the future of construction: faster, cheaper, more sustainable, and capable of architectural forms impossible with traditional building methods. When you can print a house as easily as printing a document, the entire concept of shelter and architecture transforms fundamentally. The invisible revolution is here, happening at scales both impossibly small and impressively large, reshaping reality one atom and one printed wall at a time.